Hello, Princess.
Princess?
Welcome to part 2. And today we are talking about how data centers are actually destroying the construction industry. What the intro?
Hi, Luke.
What up, Andrew?
Okay, yeah. Let me tell them. Downtime, it's about time. Big bad problem, trying to strip it down line. Downtime, turning all the cash to dirt. Downtime, getting us back to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Downtime presented by Conequip Parts, where if you have downtime, you might as well spend it with us, and if you have heavy equipment and you need parts, you might as well get it from Conequip Parts, 716-836-5069, or you can go to conequip.com/shop, do some online shopping 24/7. We got what you need, but let's get into the topic. Last week, we talked about how data centers are actually creating blue-collar jobs.
More work, better pay. Kind of sounds like the blue-collar industry was catching a break.
But yeah, about that, data centers might be actually wrecking the construction industry.
It's like getting one of these jobs could be like winning the lottery, but your entire town goes bankrupt in the process.
So let's start with labor, because this is a big one.
Data centers are pulling skilled workers from every trade: plumbers, electricians, HVAC techs, concrete, and everything in between.
Basically, anyone who knows what they're doing.
And we were already dealing with a labor shortage before all of these massive data centers started being built.
The industry is kind of in a shortage right now, up to like 500,000 workers, and that's only going to increase as these projects continue.
And data centers are just offering way more pay.
Like 25 to 30% more in some instances, bringing a lot of these jobs up to six-figure salaries.
So yeah, everybody's leaving to go and work at the AI data center. I mean, good for them.
But that means that your project now has 2 guys, and one of them started yesterday.
And these jobs aren't small either.
Yeah, some of these data centers need like 4,000 to 5,000 people at any given time.
That's not a job site. That's basically the size of Luke and Andrew's hometown.
Shut up, dude.
My fault.
But you're not wrong.
Newfane has like 9,000.
Dang,
so I was like, man, we have like enough for like 2 data centers.
They're going to start changing it and like, yeah, my hometown had 3 data centers worth of people. I grew up, my graduating class was like half a data center.
So instead of spreading labor across multiple projects,
It all gets sucked into a hyper-scaled up build.
Now, let's talk materials, because this is where it really hits contractors.
data centers use an insane amount of copper, steel, concrete, and electrical equipment.
And they don't just use a lot. They use it all at once.
Which creates shortages all across the board.
There's already been a global copper shortage thanks to these data centers being built.
Transformers? Forget about it. And no, not those Transformers.
Autobots, roll out. We broke.
Lead times for transformers have gone from a few months up to 4 years in some cases.
So if you're a regular contractor, one of the little guys,
You're basically last in line. You didn't buy the Disney Fast Pass or the Disney Plus Fast Pass.
Get wrecked.
Oh, didn't.
Idiot.
Now here's where it really starts to hurt. Costs.
Because when the data centers eat up supply,
The rest of the industry gets caught paying more for scraps.
And electrical gear is getting hammered the hardest.
Some electrical equipment has gone up 40 to 50% since 2021.
And even if you can find it,
you're paying a premium just to get it faster.
Which means smaller contractors either pay more, wait longer, or both, and you lose your job entirely.
So here's the problem. Data centers essentially have unlimited budgets, so they're fighting against these smaller guys who don't have that type of budget.
And when the materials are limited,
they just outbid everyone.
Oh, you're trying to build a commercial building?
Cool! You're gonna bid against a $1 billion AI facility.
That's like David and Goliath, but then shrinking David down to like a little bitty ant.
Suppliers are also prioritizing data center clients, and I mean, like, why wouldn't they?
They buy in bulk and they pay more.
So manufacturers are talking to the little guys like, yeah, no problem, we'll get it to you.
How does 5 years sound?
So prioritizing these data centers is just pushing the little guys further down the list.
And it's not just the electrical stuff getting affected.
Steel, concrete, fuel, logistics, it all gets just more expensive.
Because when one part of the system spikes, everything else goes up with it.
So what does it actually look like for contractors?
Lower margins, more risk, and having to constantly rebid because the price is not staying the same.
you quote a job, and by the time that you're ready to start, everything's up 20%.
And at that point, you're not building, you're gambling.
Now stack labor shortages on top of material shortages, everything slows down.
Some projects are getting delayed months, in some cases, even years.
Some delays are costing $14 million a month on these larger projects.
Yeah, so basically you're bankrupt. Good luck. See you never.
And if big companies are feeling that, imagine what the little guy feels like Seth.
Yeah.
Then there's power. Data centers need an absurd amount of electricity.
Like Luke and Andrew's hometown.
Dude,
Peru.
stop it.
Sorry.
We got cow power.
We got a cower. So now they're competing for grid access, land, and permits, which slows down every other project that's trying to get built. But sometimes they build their own power plants.
Let's just build a power plant.
So, what's the end result?
Data centers are taking the labor, the materials, and the money.
And everything else, like housing, hospitals, schools, libraries, infrastructure, just gets pushed to the end of the line.
We don't need any of that.
We don't need any of that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So yeah, data centers are technically creating jobs.
They're also driving up costs, worker shortages, and putting pressure on the entire industry.
It's basically a gold rush.
But instead of striking gold, most contractors are just getting a bill.
So that's going to do it for today's episode of Downtime. Now that you got, both sides of this debate, if you didn't watch last week's episode, why not? Go do it now. But let us know how you feel about these data centers being built. You can let us know in the comments or 716-929-5066. Just let us know. But be sure to tune in next week to enjoy your downtime with Downtime.